Do you take any Indian fashion critics seriously?
There are Indian critics. I have myself, like, on sets heard, you should do some yoga. Every micro trend I have a beef with.
Elina, you're a multi-hyphenate. You're a art director, a founder, a model, and the scariest one of all, a lawyer.
Yeah.
Which one is the most you though?
I think an art director is very
The most you.
I think it's an artist rather than being a
Creative.
Yeah.
I think that is more me. That's how I started. Law came way back.
Yeah.
Like, after being an artist.
Okay.
So for me, primarily I'm an artist first.
Let's talk about your founder persona first. You founded Sneaker. Tell us about it.
I think sneaker was something which kind of was a feeling which came to me
Because
I was made to feel that way. I started into sneakers back when I was in, high school.
Okay.
I used to play basketball, so for me, like, people wearing Kyries or people wearing interesting footwear was a part of the court.
Right.
Sneaker is basically a platform for women and the LGBTQ. Beyond sneakers now, subcultures, part of sneakers.
Love that.
and yeah, we are trying to expand more now.
Oh, we love to hear it. So you did mention earlier that you felt that you weren't being seen by the community. It was a big boys club.
Yeah.
Has it changed over the years?
Yes, it has.
How
It
so?
has changed. I think a lot of people actually adhere to, like, the conversation about what was happening. A lot of people who were doing a lot of great work into the industry were finally being seen, acknowledged. It's still not grassroots, I agree.
Of course.
But I think it's with fashion and footwear, the conversation is an ongoing process. I will not say we have achieved it, like we are done. But that's patriarchy for you, so.
I do want to ask you though, what's the difference between being a collector and being a consumer? Because if hype is what's compelling someone to hop on the trend, are we all just victims of capitalism? I'm sorry, I hate to say it so quick, but is that so?
100%. I think hoarding sneakers is a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
You're hoarding it for the trend. That's capitalism getting to you.
For sure.
But if you were doing it just as sheer, say, I used to collect pairs I used to like.
Yeah.
So for me, in that time, I was buying Pumas. And people are like, are you stupid? Why are you buying Pumas? They're not hype enough, they're not interesting enough.
Hype.
For me it was very interesting. I was getting collector's items.
Yeah.
Which I still wear because Pumas were very comfortable.
I agree.
And for me, comfortability in a footwear is important.
Function comes.
So, but I think a lot has changed in the footwear industry now. I think a lot of people are genuinely, like, very interested in what looks good on them, and I think that shift is what we needed from say like you said, consumerism to the person collecting item. But yeah, it started off as a hoarding culture.
Right.
I have stopped buying sneakers now, by the way.
Oh, you're on a no buy.
No, I don't buy sneakers anymore unless I really like the pair. So if I really love it, I will invest in it.
Yeah.
And that too, I will think about it.
That's a healthy way to look at it.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's now, for me, I have also come to a point where I don't want to get a lot of things in my closet.
And it's your work, but...
Yeah, I don't call myself sustainable because I think I do a lot of unsustainable practices, but I'm trying.
You have to offset it by something, right? So you do think that the sneaker culture or the hype culture has sort of died down a little bit now? So now most of the bandwagoners have kind of left and now they're not that into it, I'd say.
I think the sneaker culture never dies. It's a culture.
It's a culture. I'm saying the hype culture around
hype
it.
Has.
Yeah,
hype has because, again, people have now moved to more evolved footwear.
Yeah.
What is evolved footwear? Now you see ballerinas coming.
We're wearing bowling shoes next.
Yeah. Oh, and listen, it's interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
I like the toe. What are they called?
Also the people doing like footballs. The wrestling shoes.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't
Wrestling
seen
shoes
that.
is a big thing.
Really? I need to catch
very
up.
interesting
As well, to like adapt something from a sports to actually make it out to be a footwear which is wearable.
I think it's really interesting to actually get those inspiration and build shoes.
Right.
But you need to also look back into why it is.
I do think that the problem started when we made consumption such a huge part of our identity. So personally, a few days ago this happened. I put on a fit and I realized I'm wearing a Brooklyn Nets jersey, I'm wearing baggy trousers, and I'm wearing a pair of Timbs. And I had to do a double take. I was like, I live in New Delhi, I don't live in New York. Am I cosplaying a culture that I don't even belong to? So I do want to ask you, when are we just mindlessly mimicking a culture that we don't belong to, and when is it that we're borrowing?
Yeah, we are borrowing. I think it's a second-hand culture to us.
For sure.
Sneakers from us, if we had to take direct inspiration, should have come from dance, because dance was one of the primary cultures. Skateboarding is one of the primary or the niche cultures, which genuinely should have been our inspiration. But this is all second hand. I think a lot of it is from Queens.
Right, Bronx. The Bronx,
Bronx, Queens.
So for us, that inspiration is, we see Western, cultures, and we said, okay, let's adapt it. And I think that's completely fine.
We have always adapted to Western culture because we've been colonized, so whatever. Like, it's still, I think, making it your own is where it stands.
Right.
If you make it your own, which a lot of people now have started doing, the self-expression part of your fashion or your footwear needs to be your own.
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like Pinterest is a great space to just look at things. Just look at it and then leave it.
Yeah, leave it. Don't
just imbibe it as your
copycat
personality.
it. Yeah.
So for me, I feel like that happened in 2020. Also, we were under lockdown. So for us, it was like consumption was the only way to find joy.
Yeah.
So I again give it to the social environment. But I think it is now people have started realizing that I don't need everything.
Fashion is going through its own transformation though as well right now. But I'd say it's more on the downhill trajectory, right? We're getting skinny fashion back. Not a fan. Not a fan. Ozempic chic, it's not happening.
I am completely on a different spectrum on that.
Alright, that's another conversation. Then we're getting conservative values come back. So we're wearing hyper feminine clothes, we're wearing quiet luxury, beige, boring, and we're wearing maiden dresses.
Yeah.
Ew. It's a chicken and egg situation. You don't know what's coming from where. What's your take on it?
I genuinely think these subcategories, or maybe like just the naming of the whole thing, like we had these cores.
Labeling of all of them, right?
I am not pro that. Because I am not, again, like you said in the beginning, for me to be pigeonholed, I am not getting pigeonholed into this.
Even fashion.
Yeah.
Because they're all identities.
I will do hyperfeminism if you want me to. I will jump to goth. I will jump to literally being a boy in my clothes. I don't really care.
And that's normal.
Yeah.
I think that's normal.
I think experimentation is missing from fashion.
Yeah.
As far as fashion right now is, I think it's not gone downhill. It has just less consumers. And again, bunch of clothes don't make you. So people have started realizing, I know there are consumer in the market in itself with fashion. A lot of people are not buying clothes a lot. But they are buying fast fashion because it's faster, it's easier. You get rid of those
more
clothes
accessible.
faster. More accessible, more in this economy, yes. So I think because that is happening, a lot of fashion houses are suffering. And I think fast fashion is really bad for the environment,
the
for
people,
us, everything,
children.
Yeah. So it's real bad in its entirety.
I think to counter this, a lot of women have taken up the whole man repellent approach. So we're dressing in a way that scares the men away.
Yeah.
I think that's what you could say that. Right. I love that. Are we not just centering men again by doing that?
I think because it is so ingrained.
It
is.
Always
dressed for male gaze.
Yeah.
Right? Even our fashion was for male gaze. It was never for... If you look at previous runways, you see there were shoppers.
Yeah.
Most of it were men. And initially runways were to shop. You see a runway show, you buy the clothes off the rack, right? But because there were a lot of men and there were women as well, but they were buying it for their, husbands or their, just to please the male gaze.
Yeah.
I think we still are catering to that.
It's so internalized at this point.
Internalized,
yeah.
100%. But when it comes to now, I feel like a lot of, again, self-expression has now shifted a little bit maybe towards dressing for your own self. That has kind of given off the idea that, okay, I'm not dressing for the male gaze.
can the female gaze even exist?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's the issue I take with that is that the male gaze, we know it's institutionalized so bad that you can't escape it. You just can't. The female gaze, I don't know if you can see it from such a micro perspective that you're appealing to a female gaze, but the female gaze, who is the female gaze?
I also reject the idea that it has to appeal to somebody.
You're right.
I feel like if I were to wear something, it also depends a lot on my privilege, where I am, how I'm placed. It also depends on the environment I'm gonna go into. So dressing or fashion, for that matter, needs to stop being appealing to a gaze particularly. It should be coherently what you want to put forth. I am not wearing it for somebody else. Like if I am looking at myself in a mirror, I'm not wearing it for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, but again, I know we are all wearing it for an audience at the end of the day, which is online, which is a sad state of affairs as well.
Right.
It's a different topic.
It's different, yeah.
It's 100% different topic, but I feel like it is still you're still dressing up for somebody, and if that is the case, then there's gonna be a conversation about male gaze and female gaze.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your modeling.
Very interesting. Modeling was a hobby. Like I was like, okay, I'm a photographer
First,
so,
all right.
and 100%. So for me, I was my own muse. So I used to do self-portraits.
Okay.
So I was very comfortable in front of a camera.
Okay.
But my own.
On your own.
On my own, with my own camera. I had a own setup. That was my art. Just of that challenge that can I be in front of somebody's camera? And I was very awkward. Like, I used to be like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my smile.
I'm like that.
Yeah. Because I used to really like struggle with that. So then I eased into the process. Just to challenge myself, I started getting into modeling. But it has been very, very refreshing. It has been also slightly pissing me off.
Why is that?
Because I think modeling is gone for a 6 now. It is not what it used to be.
Strictly in India or?
I have been here, so I can only vouch for you.
Right.
But yeah.
So I think I do have the stats to back that up actually, because I think this year we saw less inclusivity compared to the last few years. There were no plus size models on the runway.
Nope.
None at all.
No.
That's crazy. Why are we doing that?
Because I think inclusivity was it's a tokenism.
It's a marketing campaign.
It is a campaign. It is to push the idea that we are inclusive, but eventually it is just you trying to showcase that you are bigger than great corporation doing great stuff. I think back in last year, I'm gonna name names. I don't really care.
Go for it.
Okay, cool. So Lakme, I think, did inclusivity kind of thing for plus size models.
Okay.
Where they had a lot of plus size models in all shows, which was great, and that was like a happy moment for me.
Yeah.
I am a mid-sized woman, right? I have body dysphoria. You cannot make me feel bad about my body because I love myself enough to not care what you say. So at that point, I was like, okay, this is great. This is a great initiative. They shut it that very year,
Okay.
So for me, I was like, that's what the hell.
What was the point of that?
Yeah. Why did you do it? Then of course we talk about tokenism. There's like one plus size model in every show. I think is it Colina Strada who's done great work. There are some designers who are doing great work in New York or like Paris Fashion Week who are consistently keeping models of all body types within a fashion show to showcase their garments. That's the point. Everyone should be able to wear your clothes, and if that is not the
criteria,
criteria, then you are not making clothes for humans. You're making clothes for
mannequins.
Yeah, 100%. I've heard conversations about that you have to be thin in fashion.
So it's come back again. This expectation. I feel like for the last few years, it was a little more like we're accepting of all body type.
No. I think they were never accepting.
We're regressing.
It was just again, like you said, it's a marketing thing.
Yeah.
They were pushing that agenda that they are inclusive, and using inclusive is a term you throw around because you just want to be like I'm relevant.
Yeah.
And now it has gone back. It is not there. In India, I feel like I have myself like on sets heard. You should do some yoga. I was like, listen, bitch, I do. I'm sorry, but I do. You don't need to tell me that.
Yoga.
Yeah, do some yoga because I'll give you a little bit of context. Like, garments, you generally, when in the modeling thing, you get your garments like, okay, I'm sending you all my measurements.
Right.
You know, you can do a test shoot where you can try stuff out. All of that was done, and still my garments didn't fit me.
Okay.
And for me, that was like, you did not get me the garments you wanted, and then you were telling me to do yoga. And I'm like, listen.
Oh, so it was their fuck up.
Yeah, 100%.
And they deflected.
Yeah. And they put it on my body, and I'm like, that's not okay. You did not decide.
You had one job.
Yeah. I think a lot of people celebrate, oh, we have a plus size model on our docket, we have a mid-size woman. Again, mid-size women are more marginalized than plus size, because plus size is very visibly inclusive. Mid-size is not visibly inclusive.
Okay, so it gets swept under the rug.
100%. We want LXL, we don't want ML. And that's the thing. That's something which I've very, very clearly noticed. Like, if you are doing like an inclusive shoot, people will be like, oh, you fit into ML, right? We already have an LXL, so we can't have you. So yeah, these are things I've not actually spoken about. This is a great platform to
I let it all out. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Do you think Karl Marx would cop the Travis Scott Air Jordan ones?
No.
Excuse my French and probably my ignorance, but what the fuck does a creative director even do?
Good question. Very good question. That's why I call myself an art director.
I love that. I love the distinction you made.
Yeah.
Because I was going to get on that. But I was like, no, she doesn't call herself a creative director.
I don't. I think creative is, again, very big as a concept. Creative directors make mood boards. It's an Instagram made job.
Do you take any Indian fashion critics seriously?
There are Indian critics. Isn't everyone just saying things to just be on the better side of fashion? I don't see anybody.
Better side?
Yeah, just to politically correct, never saying anything outwardly, because they want to get
10 on 10.
Deals. Yeah.
10 on 10.
Cannot get me started on influencers, please.
That's right. They're influencers. They're not critics.
They're not critics.
Yeah.
They're just opinions.
What's a micro trend you have beef with?
Every micro trend I have a beef with. It's a trend.
I know, you're right. But anyone in specific?
I think the glow up, which is happening right now, like everybody wants to glow up.
What's that?
Yeah, just to like, oh, you should take your
Looks
collagen.
maxing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, you have
Mewing.
to take your collagen. Yeah, exactly.
Mewing.
What the fuck? You are literally a human being. Stop trying to be like a...
We're getting way too Nazi. You need to have a jaw that looks that way. That's a bit
that
much.
European like looks is not you. You're an Indian, brown skin.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You live in Gurgaon somewhere, dude. Why are you doing nonsense like this?
Is the clean girl aesthetic just a whitewashing of beauty standards?
Yes.
You did just say that.
Yeah.
So
I think, what is a clean girl? I would love to be... I think what Charlie XCX did was bring back the dirty girl, the ugly, the goth, all
right,
of that.
I love that.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what a girl should be.
Right.
I'm not going to... That's also performative, I think.
It is.
And that's also giving it to the male gaze that I want to be a clean girl.
Yeah.
I am clean as I am.
Conservative.
Yeah. Get your men clean. They are the ones who need to get clean. We are tired of all of this nonsense.
Do you support child labor?
What? No. What?
Do you support child labor when they make cute clothes?
No. Actively. I am guilty of fast fashion in certain sense. Trying to be sustainable, yes. But I'm actively not going into Zara. I'm actively not going into H&M. I'm not trying to say that everyone who does that is wrong.
Right.
I get the fact that there is...
It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process, and also I get that there is a pocket to take care of. So for me, I think fashion is within your closet. It is in what you have is what you can actually wear for a longer period. Sometimes I do feel like, oh shit, I don't have clothes, which is a very normal feeling.
Yeah.
Which is a genuinely normal feeling. But you can definitely find...
And they're going to put some girl math twist on it as well.
Yeah.
Girl math is when you don't have anything to wear.
Yeah. And then you like go on shopping. So you have to... I think it's impulse control as well a lot.
Right.
You know, I haven't been trying to do
And
that.
don't let the corporations infantilize us as women that we need to buy every single season a new outfit. We don't.
I genuinely like... Even with sneakers for that matter. The sneakers you see... Like, oh, I really need this. This is beautiful. Let me get. I have tried to make sure that I don't fall into those traps anymore. And it is a trap.
It is.
Like, it is literally enticing to see a beautiful shoe and be like, oh, I can wear this with this and that. I can create a fit. That's why also I feel like in terms of content is where fashion is mostly getting dumped, right? You are wearing new fits just to be relevant on your social media. For me, that curtail is also something which I'm practicing, because if I want to be relevant on my Instagram, it has to be through art.
Yeah.
I think Instagram has lost its art. It started as an art platform. It has completely lost that.
Right.
So I am trying to just focus on that more. But yes, I think, yeah, I am guilty then. I'm a little bit guilty for it.